there's this big gigantic couch and every subscriber is sitting on it and we're just like watching TV together and hanging out, and I want that to feel this way. Hey later, buddy. Guess what today is? Doesn't matter. I don't care about the date. I don't care about the day. Do you see this? Look. Can you see it? Oh, world! That was a magnet. That was a gift from somebody. And it felt right to be there. What else we got? We got the Couch Captain bracelet from the Couch Halsey herself. And we got Do You. Because the June Meister. Cheers to the June. And today, we're finally going to hear Left and Right. Finally. Oh, you know what? I've heard this is quite a little banger. Well, maybe banger isn't that. What is it? I'm always trying to remember the lingo. Not a banger. It's not a mood. It's a bop. I've heard this is a bop. So let's bop together, shall we? So since it's a bop, this only makes sense. Cat hat. And if you're wondering where my sexy white headphones are, they're grounded right now because they're acting up. And I'm not a fan of having to stop what I'm doing. I'm not going to BT stop because my Bluetooth set won't work. Oh, see what I did there? Are you ready for this? Quit messing around. Cat hat is in effect, left and right. I just did it again. I hit the wrong button.
Follow me left and right. I can feel.
Oh, I didn't even give you the video. What a bozo. Shall we start over? Yeah. And let me do this. Oh, man, what a bozo. Stop messing around.
Memories follow me left and right. I can feel over here. I can feel
Ooh.
over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? Ever since the day you went away, no, I don't know how to erase your body from out my brain. What you gonna do now? Maybe I should just focus on me instead. All I think about are the nights we were tangled up in your bed. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. You're gone.
There he is.
Circles got you stuck up in my head. Yeah. Memories follow me left and right. I can feel over here. I can feel over here. You take up every corner of my mind. Your love stays with me day and night. I can feel over here. I can feel over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? Ever since the day you went away. So tell me how much more do I gotta drink for the pain? What you gonna do now? You did things to me that I just can't forget. Think about all the nights we were tangled up in your bed. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. You're going round in circles, got you stuck up in my head. Yeah. Memories follow me left and right. I can feel over here. I can feel.
Just a wave of panic just went through me. I'm like, this is dangerous.
You take up every corner of my mind. Your love stays with me day and night. I can feel over here. I can feel over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? Did you know you're the one that got away? And even though, baby, I'm still not okay. Did you know that my dreams, they're all the same? Every time I close my eyes. feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. Your love stays with me day and night. I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now?
I love, and I'm sure you've heard this, because if you've heard the song with headphones, you'll know what I'm talking about. I can feel you over here, feel you over there. What a nice touch. I mean, it's so simple. So simple. But nice touch. Good for pacing. And this color coordination is just spectacular. Look at this. We got JK in the pink outfit, and we got Charlie with the pink socks. Green outfit, JK in the green boots and green belt. What? See, I don't think Charlie's pulling off that suit. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't know who could. Actually, I know 7 people who could. But JK's killing this pink suit. And it looks like, is it corduroy? Or maybe denim? Why am I even talking about this? Analyzing an outfit. What a bozo. If it was corduroy, though, I tell you what, you couldn't do this live in corduroy because all you'd hear is zip, 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 zip every dance move and then start a fire. Zip, 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 zip. I think bop is a good word for it. I think it's a little bop. Isn't it weird? I'm only in this for 6 months. Take this with a grain of salt. But when you see one of them in something else, they're by themselves like this, like Charlie Puth. All of a sudden, JK shows up in the video, and you feel like you know this guy. And I mean like you grew up with him, right? Because he's been a part of your life for the last 10 years, 4 years, 5 years. But not just time frame. More like you've watched Run BTS. You've seen him like in normal life events. You've seen him wake up. You've seen him sleep. There's got to be a level of that as a human that even though it happens on a screen, on a two-dimensional screen, there's like a piece of your brain that makes you feel like you know this person. So when they show up and stuff, you're like, oh, there he is. Hey, I'm so happy. And you're so proud of them because you feel like you've lived with them for however long. I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's no deep dive attached to this. I mean, really, what could you possibly say about this? Just a fun little video. I mean, it didn't get much more basic than this. I mean, aside from like a one master shot where they're just dancing or something goofy. Yeah. Can you hear that? Cat hat. I can feel over here. I can feel over here. You take up every corner on my mind. You're gonna do now. Did you know you're the one that got away? And even though, baby, I'm still not okay. Did you know that my dreams, they're all the same? Every time I close my eyes, memories follow me left and right. I can feel over here.
take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do? Your love stays with me day and night. I can feel you over here, I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? I can feel you over here, I can
I feel like it's getting weirder the more I watch it.
feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now?
And I'll say this little piece, and maybe somebody will see what I'm talking about or prove me wrong because I'm off. But I'll say this. If I could say anything about the video itself, there's a couple shots. This is so nitpicky. But the camera guy in me, the director in me, it feels like, I'm going to sound so pretentious when I say this. Are you ready? It feels like some shots were filmed at 30 frames per second instead of 24. Pretentious, right? Let me explain. Let me find a shot, and maybe you can see what I'm talking. I'll even make this bigger, maybe, so you can see. Maybe you can see what I'm talking about. So let me cover me up. Yeah, okay. Right here in the doctor's office, when the doctor comes up, where did he go? Where did he go? It's a 2-minute video, bro. Just find it. Seriously. Yeah, and you know what's crazy is, you know I won't cut this out either like I'm supposed to. I'll make you sit through this because I'm that lazy.
My mind. Your love. I got a drink for the pain. What you gonna do now? You did things to me that I just can't forget.
Okay, here's what I see. Right here. So right now, the video of the doctor, I'm guessing, is being filmed on a camera that setting is 30 frames per second. Now, when you film something and you want it to look real, like right now, this camera is filming at 30 frames per second because I want you to feel like this is real life. If things are filmed at 60 frames per second, it's like Saving Private Ryan in the beach scene, where it's real jittery and flickery and there's no motion blur for the most part. That adds chaos. It makes it feel incredibly anxiety inducing because there's no motion blur. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on real fast. But most movies are filmed, and shows are filmed at 24 frames per second. Now we can get really down in the weeds and say, well, actually it's 23.975 or 987 or whatever the detail is, but essentially 24 frames per second. Something about that frame rate, because of how we've been conditioned to watch cinema, gives it more of a cinematic feel. It's less like real life and more like a movie, which is why sometimes you watch something like a lot of modern day shows. You watch them and you go, why does this look like a middle school play? And you can't quite figure it out because they probably filmed it at like 30 frames per second, if not higher. It's so crisp, there's almost like no motion blur, and it just seems too sharp and crisp for your TV. It doesn't look like a show. Now, at this point, I'm regretting going this deep into that on this video and song. But damage is done. Let's continue. So if you watch, you might see it. I'm going to make this bigger again. I'm also regretting the cat hat. It's driving me crazy. So if you watch the doctor's scenes here look like it's real life. It doesn't look like a show. And it's almost like you can feel the stagedness of it. You know what I mean? Like the fakeness. Like it feels like you're watching a guy in an office filming a music video instead of the cinematic feel of watching a music video and getting lost in it because it's not real. I don't think this is making sense. But either way, let's finish her up.
Right away. And even though, baby, I'm still not okay. Did you know that my dreams, they're all the same? Every time I close my eyes, memories follow me left and right. I can feel.
Like this feels like 24 frames. This has a detachment level to it. Again, I could be way off, but it's just what it feels like to me.
Over here, I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. Your love stays with me day and night. I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now?
So that was Left and Right. We somehow managed to get way too deep into Left and Right. But I finally got to hear it. I regret the cat hat. I'm Roscoe, your BTS buddy. Look out for each other. We still have a long journey ahead of us. Burn!